That's just a guess.
Don, we are machinists. We are not guessers.
Not an educated guess. You're a machinist. I watch.
I wonder where my other good things are. All right. Color look okay. Maybe a little more white. You know, it's hard being a YouTube star and having to do your own lighting, production, and all this. This is,
Hire somebody.
I ought to hire somebody. Don? Are you applying for the job? Hi guys and ladies. Notice we have a few women subscribers now. Thank you. This is a 4-foot straight edge. I'm not really sure who made it. It's not marked in any way. And personally, I am not in love with it from a working on it standpoint, because this rib is bent or bowed like a banana. It's flat on the back side. It has these tapered ribs on this side. It's heavy, but it still could be a useful tool if we can get it back to a good shape. Now, the owner of this, my friend Miles, said that it wouldn't hold its shape. It was scraped when he brought it to me. I put it through the heat stress relief program on my heat treating oven, and we are now going to check it. The problem is, if this was a regular straight edge that had bigger holes and a better way to grab it, not being so cattywampus, it wouldn't be a problem. This is almost, should be almost down to the final surface, and I don't want to screw it up and thus mess up a $600 straight edge. So I got to thinking about it, and if I don't have to put it on the planer, that's a win-win for everyone. So I'm going to put it on my 4-foot granite plate and see just how bad it is after coming out of the stress oven. This iron does have some problems. There's about a 3/8 inch deep void right here, and this end's chipped off of it. But, you know, in terms of accuracy or surface area, that void means nothing. It's so small, and that's basically cosmetic also. So if we don't have to do anything to it, I'd be sure happy. I've laid awake and thought of this for about 6 months, how in the heck to hold it securely and do all these surfaces. All right, let's see. I wiped off my table. I wiped all this off. I always go over my table with my hand because I can feel small things incredibly well with your hand. Stuff you just can't feel any other way. Try not to ever slide anything over. This table was certified this year. Well, it wasn't certified, it was checked. Man came over and checked out all my plates. I don't need certification or anything. And he says, if you don't need the piece of paper, why mess with it? This is a 1.5 inch feeler gauge. And unfortunately,
Oh yeah. Up to 1,000. 2 or 3,000.
touches out here, can't get it under. Here I can get it under. And the strange thing is I can get it under all the way down to the end. So it's sitting on something on the back side.
That back left like.
It's this back edge. You guys see? Come on over here. From this side, I can get this feeler gauge all the way in, all the way over, come all the way out. So it's touching out here, just on that one little point, and about a foot away, before I can stop getting that under there. Then I can put it under and go all the way down. To there. Rocks well on the table. I'm going to mark this thing up so we can see what we're doing better. I'm getting old and forgetful. From what I can feel with my feeler gauge, there's a ridge that comes down like this, about 12 inches out. And on this side, goes about like this.
It's kicked up a little bit for me.
Once again, there's only a few spots that touch high. If you were hand scraping this, it'd be a problem. I know the guy that this is going to has a power scraper. What I want to do now is come over here and test this edge. When you have a 4-foot straight edge, you can.
There's something on it right over there.
Where?
That little black.
Here?
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
mark.
that's your mark. Look like a black hair.
Thought you'd found the whole problem, didn't you? X marks the spot.
Gotcha.
Anyway, this is a 4-foot by 3-foot Class A table, or certified A, or double A even. And you can do longer pieces on it by going diagonally. But to do this edge, you got to have one at least that length. So we're going to hang this one over here on the 4-foot side and see if we can see of how bad this one is. All right, sir. And after we get through with this, we're going to stone it. Hey, I got a deal on this one. It's over 4 foot. It's 4.5 inches.
It's a little short here.
Well, it's 4 foot 1 inch. that's high on that side. But I can get 6 and 7 thousandths under down here, 10 thousandths.
Yeah, that's a lot to scrape.
Yep.
Planer time.
Now I mean, I can feel the surface. It's smooth enough. We were into the thousandths range, but not 10 thousandths.
Yeah.
All right. It really moved in the oven. You can feel it rocking.
It was warped to start with, though, right?
Well, he said, yeah, but we're talking, thousandths of an inch. We're not talking 10 thousandths.
All right, so it wouldn't bowed that much.
It wasn't bowed that much. And what it's done is it's twisted.
Twisted.
This is not parallel to any surface but a banana. So usually what I do is I set up, I plane this surface, and I use it as a reference for this 45 over here and the flat. It gives me something I can go off of. This is all cattywampus, so I don't really care about that. It's just holding it. This surface is no problem with planing. This surface is going to have to be tilted like that on my planer. Now my head will go, but it just doesn't leave a nice surface finish. Like I prefer to do it this way. We could cut this whole thing off right there and it'd look nice. May end up doing that. It's going to have to go on the planer. It's chipped all the way over to here. See how it's cracked?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I don't have to take that much material off of this, so that could be just, you may need to cut that off. I don't know where he got it. I think eBay. It's got a lot of voids over here in the casting.
It's a homemade job to me.
No. The problem with long castings like that, especially when they're thin, the heating and the warping and stuff. See, this thing is not even all the way down.
Nah, that's from the mold.
Yeah, and a lot of times patterns, as they get used a lot, get cattywampus. Oh, we'll get one more out of it. Back then patterns were really expensive. Today you can print them a little bit easier, and even CNC one out of a thermoplastic, and then all right, we're just going to have to do this. Going to have to
figure it out.
Going to have to suck it up and do it.
Suck it up, let it cut.
Don thinks a green hammered look would be great on that.
No, that's what I have left.
That's what you have left. Okay.
Could spray some chrome on it.
That would work.
That's too rough. Wouldn't look crummy. I would think you could figure out a way to leave it in there. A couple of these holes line up. 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. 4 holes line up.
They do. But if you would think back to what we just did with yours.
What are you going to do? You gotta hold it.
By putting that little jack stand under the middle with just a little bit of upward pressure,
But this would be downward.
we had to go 3/1000th of an inch. It doesn't matter, whatever
But
you're
this
doing.
would be downward pressure, right?
But it would have been the same thing. I don't care about this surface.
Yeah, I know, but you want to get...
What I care about this surface is that we get this point and this point the same on the table. And then I want this to be level across this way. And so you take and start off with my little level. Then you can pull down and block up and stuff like that. This is the easy one. I've got places to grab hold. I can put a jack stand underneath here and then push down on that. And I'm only going to be taking a little bit of metal. I just got to make sure it doesn't go forward. Pick up.
I mean, you can hold the outside too, like this.
Well, I'll put a
Something.
like a 1, 2, 3 block underneath it
Mhm.
with a shim.
Yeah.
Get this, and I can adjust it up and down to where I want it. This is no problem. The flat is not a big problem.
45.
It's at 45 for my machine, where how I can hold it firmly
You got a welder.
without bend. Yeah, we weld that, so I could TIG weld it to the table. I didn't think of that.
No, I mean to make
Then
a,
Miles could
to
come
make
over,
a jig.
but Miles could come over and use it like that. I'll just do that.
To make a jig. To
Make
hold it.
Jig. TIG welding's easier. And I don't think these are 160. These are the big guns. Oh, that's pretty close. That's encouraging. It's twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I want to do is hold it down into that T-slot. Need a way to stop it from running out. This won't work in this instance.
Will these
Would
hold
you-
it down?
Huh?
Will these hold it down?
Yeah, those would be, well, that or a different one.
Use that one, thicker one.
Hmm?
You got a thicker one. The
These are all
thicker
the
ones are
same.
gonna be the too thick. They fit better on the ridges, maybe.
No, you don't.
No.
Not on the ridges. I want it flat. And I want it. Should be some more shims around. Sometimes you buy these old used parallels, and they work nice for shim.
Eighth of an inch. So. Do it again. This block was kicked up. Try that again. The block was kicked up. Okay, that's pretty close.
Let's see if the height gauge shows me it's the same this way. All right, well, we know that's what we're going to do, so let's get some, that's a really hard one to get in there. These are the ones that don't fit just yet.
To hold it, could you put two of those round pieces here, move it back and put a piece of metal across those two round pieces to keep it from going forward?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be an easy way, because you can't get higher than this, right?
Mm-hmm. That'd be an easy way. easier way is to do this.
But that's harder than this.
Yep.
When your tool comes off, it's gonna hit it. Isn't it?
Well, depends on how far down that goes. That's too long.
That'll work.
Would you, well, maybe this is it. I think if you would look over on top of the axis and 20-inch, there are some more larger ones that we moved over there to work on it. So maybe one of them is it. You tightened it up.
I did.
You did.
Just gonna need it to untighten it.
Okay.
For later. Something pretty thin now.
Call to renew your warranty before we close the file. If you're interested in renewing your auto warranty now, please press 5 now, or press 9 to be removed from our list.
Ha! You think I'm a sucker, don't you? I'm not pressing 9 for nothing. I was born at night, but not last night. Then we say we report you.
And nothing happens.
Oh, it does. It'll sit there and through this, Oh, I don't want that. I just want to block the number.
Oh, you got AT&T card.
Yeah.
I gotta go, my friend.
Okay.
Thanks for doing my straight edge.
You're welcome.
And I would really like to stay and watch you do this, but...
Well, I'm not going to be able to do this.
Alright, cool. Adios, people.
Okay. All right. Don had to leave. That needs to be up higher. Okay, what I've done is I've secured this from going forward by this bolt in the table. And now I've got that parallel to, or at a 90-degree angle to the table. This I don't really care about as long as it's roughly the same height on each end. And my little scribe gauge is showing me that it is. So, I'm going to clear off the table and we'll plane this side. And just take a little rest and a little thinking session, make sure this is what I want to do. This is not a problem, it's when I turn it this way. And the only way I can hold this is to make a fixture. So I put an order in for some steel and we'll make a fixture to hold this vertical. We're going to do it. Now, I want to remind you that I don't own this piece of material, and this piece of material to replace is probably $600 or more. So if I screw it up, I have to eat $600. Now I know there's faster ways to do things, but this is the way that I do it so that I don't have to eat $600. Okay. We'll see if we can take a skim off of this and make sure it's going to work. Take the block off.